Hey guys, good morning. I thought I'll record a session of myself working, and let me just keep going. So I start with Opus 4.6 and I explore what we can do, what we need to do, and then I move from there. Hey Claude, good morning. Recently we investigated what would it take for us to be able to give the users an ability to vote on features and suggestions and bug reports on the board in Valo Mail. And we actually lost that session. So maybe you can use Valo search if the research is already there and waiting for us on what would it take. If you don't find it, just forget about it and research it from scratch. Just find what would it take for users to be able to vote on the board, and it will be cool to see what users are pro users and what users are not pro users. Obviously we will take the pro votes with more consideration. So yes, let's take a look into what it will take, because that's a Noster public board. I guess it makes sense. I guess we are able to do that. Something else that I now reminded of is, hey Claude, good morning. In Valo Mail, which is built on top of Noster, when we send an image, it takes time for the image to upload, and we have one tick. It says the image is being uploaded, and then when it's sent, we get two ticks, and it says sent. For some reason, I assumed that we can't get the delivered status because it's like end-to-end encrypted and it's a decentralized network. But then Signal and Telegram are also end-to-end encrypted, and you can still get the delivered status. So my question is, can we actually have the same for Valo Mail? Because sometimes some of the messages are actually being lost, and images are taking a while to be sent. Even on my end or on the user's end, when it says that it's uploaded already, it actually takes a few more minutes to appear on the other end. So it will be very nice to have a delivered message. The question is, how can we do it? Hopefully Valo search is actually working properly right now, because it had a hiccup, and I'm using the big accurate model for my voice right now, this one. So that's why it takes a while, but I like it. It's really accurate. It's very nice. Let's see. What should the skill be called? This replaces board aggregate, mailbot, mail review. Yeah, mail review makes sense. We can even clap mail review, right? And then we review the mail. Let's see what we have here. Open questions for me. Before building scope, MVP with just vote counts. Oh, this is voting on the boards. Okay. No pro this day. Okay, let me just. Thank you, Claude. Let me answer in real time. Okay, MVP with just vote counts. Yes, MVP should be as simple as possible. It just should open the doors to all of that stuff coming on top later. But the MVP should be simple and easy and modular, as we love, as we like. The code should be clean, all of that stuff. Visibility, votes on all three sections. Wait, do we still have three sections? I literally asked for more. We need more sections. We need the codex. Oh, but I see what you're saying. Even codex and Claude will still have bugs and requests and maybe even a roadmap section. But yeah, visibility is everywhere. And later, if we didn't do that already, we need to break it into Claude, codex, local models, and room for more models in the future. Vote display, just a count or show something like 3 votes, 1 pro next to the card. Isn't it the same? What do you mean just a count? A count and showing 3 votes is the same. What do I don't understand? Let me know. Now, unvoting. Should users be able to toggle their vote off? Sure, why not? But this is not for the MVP. I guess for later, right? The voting itself is clean. Nice, great. The Explorer agent is finished. Waiting for your thoughts. Okay, those are my thoughts. Looks like this is pretty straightforward, and I'm happy to hear that. Looks like you can handle it, right? You don't want to hand it off to a bigger model or anything. It's pretty straightforward. So yeah, you can just do it, and after you are done, send the appropriate pipeline agents over it. If you see something in the code that is bothering you, something not clean, something annoying, send the tidier agent later to fix it. You don't have to fix it yourself. Just note the ugly stuff, then send the tidier. Thank you. Let's see, everyone else is still working. Oh, nice. He's even going to make a concept page. Oh, beautiful. Wait, Wait, Claude, why are we creating a concept page for this? It's not like we had scars across many sessions, and it's not like there is information that we can't recover from code. So why is this a concept page? I think this is not the right home. Are you sure? A concept page is firing and nudging you to read it. It's like it's only for scars and stuff that you can't find in code. It's very strange why Claude decided to use the concept page. That's basically the active memory, the trigger memory that Valo has. The catch, delivery receipts only work with both sides are running Valo mail. Okay. If someone uses a different Nostr client like blah blah, they won't send. That's fine. That's fine. No one is using that anyway. That's completely fine, Claude. No one is using anything else anyway. It needs to work in Valo mail. That's the entire point. Yeah. Yes. Wait. Right now, when you send an image, the two ticks mean the relay store the text message that contained the download link and decryption key. The actual image file sits on a Blossom CDN server. The recipient still has to get the message from the relay, download the encrypted image from the Blossom, decrypt it. Okay, of course. And if recipient app isn't actively connected, no. Obviously, Claude, no one is talking. How can I talk to someone through Valo mail and the recipient is not connected? Like, oh, I see what you're saying. Maybe, yeah, some people just send the message and then shut the app off. Some people are like that. But I don't think this is the case. Anyway, actually, the Valo mail is going to become even more automated. So we don't need to go extra hard on this. But it is a good feature to have, of course. My question is, how does it work? Let's see. How would add real-time delivery? Automatically sends back a small encrypted reply. A receipt that just says, I received event. So that's how this works. Interesting. Should we do it, Claude? Should we? Is it worth the effort? Because I don't know. Currently the users are not talking between each other through Valo mail. It's only needed for basically customer support. But if Claude is on that anyway. Wait, actually, yes. I guess users, yes. Users they need to know, of course. They need to know if the message was delivered or not. Like, how will you know? Because especially if it silently gets lost. Of course. Yes, let's build it. Why don't I see the context it took you to arrive to that conclusion? That's interesting. Usually after a reply, I see the context already. That's weird. Is that another bug? I need to take a look at that later. Okay, Claude, do you want to do it yourself or do you want to hand it off fresh to a fresh session to yourself fresh? Because I don't know. Yeah, that's weird. I think if I wait for too long and the CLI disconnects, maybe that's when the... But it only happens after the first reply. I should see it right now. It should... As soon as the first reply will finish, it should update. Everywhere else it should be working fine though. Yeah, it's literally updating every turn in real time. Yeah, he'll do it himself. Yeah, that's so easy. 4.6. Most of the stuff that you're doing. Notice I'm not touching the thinking toggle. I'm not. Forget it. Just easy. Start easy. Explain exactly what you need to 4.6. Tell him to aggregate all of the information to just to make a plan. And then if the plan is small, as right now, just tell him to execute, and that's it. If the plan is big and you see that it took like more than half the context or almost all of the context just to arrive at the plan, then obviously he can't integrate it. He needs to actually hand off, either using the handoff skill, either writing a plan and then like referencing it. But handoff skill is just easier. It just opens the chat and that's it automatically. Okay, so looks like we are good here. Let's check. Okay, unsend button. We are also adding an unsend button because I can send messages while Claude is thinking, and if he's thinking for a long time and you already figured out what you wanted to ask or redirect or whatever, you can just unsend. I think Valo is the only desktop application that actually lets you send a message in between turns, and also Claude knows exactly when you sent it because it has a reference. Okay, nice. Taking care of some other features and bug reports from Valo Mail and from Discord. Someone couldn't even type in the input box for some reason when he switched to codecs. Such a weird bug. But we actually found it right now and we fixed it. We need to also make sure that Valo search is working properly. Where was it? Let me just let them finish. Okay, done. The mailbot system is documented in 3 places. Claude MD, 1 bullet. Okay, mail review skill and the code itself. That's good enough. No concept page, you were right. There is no scar tissue yet. If something breaks badly enough to need one later, that's when it gets written. Exactly. Very nice. I can see that he committed as well. Beautiful. Beautiful. Also, if there was a plan and he took a lot of time, you can also, of course, just orchestrate and tell Claude to load the orchestrator skill. Then he will start spawning mini chats right here. And if you ask what's the difference between orchestrating in the background and orchestrating right here where it's visible, it's completely different. It's when it's visible, Claude doesn't even know that he's talking to Claude. He treats it just as a user, and then the back and forth begins. And the prompt also tells it to go back and forth, and you can see it visually. So you can also control the chats. But let me, if you want to go to see how the orchestrator works, just go and look at it. Wait, what's done? The stream actions, interfere, blah, 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 blah. What's next? Build and test the running app. What did we build? Unsend button. Okay, wow, that's with no context. That's crazy. That's impressive. That's impressive. We probably already ran the code review and challenger, or not yet? Yeah. That's beautiful. Nice. All that is left is to build and test it later. I'll just leave this chat open because it's still fresh on context. I can come back to it. If it's not working, we can continue work here. Also just fixed the map caching, switching between projects or switching between tabs. We're loading the map from scratch every time, which is wasteful, inefficient, and redundant. So we just fixed it. Okay, let me pause, I guess, until they will finish. Claude is just asking me if to push. Yeah, he can push it, no problem. Actually, the Claude.md says to push without asking, but I guess that's a. I like how Claude is using the soft ask with that little box. At least it feels like the session is continuing faster, right? Instead of like ending the turn completely. Okay, let's see now what's here. Nerve map was indexed 3 days ago, so it won't have my new function. That's fine. The code reviewer. Oh, he's waiting for the code reviewer. I see what's going on. He's testing the map right now. He's testing Valo search. Got it. Got it, Claude. Should I index the project right now? Will it help? Do you want to wait till I will actually index it? Sometimes you will not see the text appear here. Like sometimes it's glitching a little bit. That's because the model is working hard in the background to work on what was being said. So sometimes it's glitching out, but it's the most important that the text appears as it should in full. It's not being cut off. Because it's like either it works good with the text capturing, either it works great in the UI, but not always captures everything you said. But that's so far. Obviously, it's going to improve. We are going to take care of everything. Let's see. All done. Here is what we built. Delivery receipts for Valo mail. Oh, nice. And someone is Valo received. Blah 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 blah. We already know how it works. Nice. That's beautiful. Wait, did he run the pipeline? Let's see. You know what? Let me just search pipeline in the chat. Wait, really? Even I didn't say pipeline? Or is our chat search broke or something? Okay, I think the chat search broke. No, it didn't. So no mentions of a pipeline and no mentions of an agent. Really? Okay, then we need to send the pipeline over it before we build, definitely. Let me go here. Thank you so much, Claude. Before we build, let's send the pipeline relevant agents on that. I guess code review and durability are good for this. If you have seen anything that you didn't like in the code, anything that shouldn't be there, I don't know, looking ugly, whatever it is, also send the tidier to fix it up if you have seen something. If not, send just the challenger, the durability agent, I guess. That's it. And then after that, you can commit. No need to build. I'll build myself later. That's how I like to work. I like to do a lot of stuff in parallel, not even test right away after it was done. I'd rather build 10 things, review all of that, make sure it's clean and build on a clean foundation, then build, then restart, then keep working. Not even, sometimes I don't even test all of the features because it's just easier to keep working. Then, because let's look at the statistics. When you work properly with style guides, code reviews, everything is clean and modular, and you have the nerve map as well, you have the index, 7 out of 10 usually will work fine. 3 out of 10 will break. Okay, you will get to them later. Just keep working. You know, you can't wait for stuff to be built and then check it out. And then both fixes are on the main. Need a build to take effect. Okay, nice. That's it. That's the system context leaking into messages from working with codecs. That's also fixed. Very nice. Now we are waiting for those sessions to finish, and I think we can start wrapping up and then actually build, restart, do another session, make sure that everything is fine and nothing is broke from the fixes that we did, and then we can actually release. Double parsed fix, now waiting on the 2 agents. Okay, waiting for agents. Okay, nice. I'm back and code reviewer is done. Noted but not fixed. Design decisions, not bugs. Old values see the receipt JSON as a text bubbles. Oh, you mean people that didn't update? Well, yeah, obviously. Bot sends receipts on a decrypted read confirmed means their Valo got Got it, which is honest. Wait, bot sends receipts on decrypt, not on human read. Confirmed mean their Valo got it. Yeah, of course. MCP socket doesn't expose status field, not needed yet, easy to add later. Everything sounds good, Claude. We can wrap this up, it's all good. What does it mean? What is the status field? You mean, you mean if it was read or not? Yeah, whatever. It doesn't really matter because you will receive a reply immediately from Claude. So that's our delivered status pretty much. So I think we are good. Let's see here. Oh, he's actually compacting. Yeah, this one should have been orchestrated. I try not to reach compaction. So now the next session will start with the summary of the... Wait, I never noticed this. The Claude sunflower has a little confused face. Discombulated. How's that word goes? Discombulated face when it's compacting. I let Claude choose the emotions for that stuff way long time ago, and I never noticed this because I never hit compaction. Okay, yeah, we are good. Looks like we are good. Yeah, we are back, and now Claude is wearing a cowboy hat. Now he has a happy face. While that runs, the feature includes main process changes, blah, blah, blah. Thank you, Claude. After you're done reviewing the code reviews and fixing everything, you can commit, push, and build. Usually I use Haiku to build. I just tell him to build. That's kind of cheaper, but I want to step away, so I want to Claude do everything autonomously and come back, just restart and start testing the new version. Okay, before I even build, turns out that Codex works, even though the session window here is a little bit misleading, says resets in 6 days, but the session is still going. So either I misunderstand how this works, either we have a bug in the UI. Yeah, okay. Let's see, build succeeded. Now, yeah, I can restart after. I already started something here, so I'll restart later. Oh, by the way, yeah, I didn't see thinking from Codex yet, but yeah, this is the first time I'm trying because I thought I'm out of session time. But now I have it. I wonder if I'll see something. Man, also those names are so confusing. You have to go and study what everything means. On the one hand, I just wish we could come up with our own names and they would just be the same across models no matter what, like just medium, fast, high, you know, just break it down properly. Why do I need to study every name, anyway, but we can't do that. We can't do that with the thinking as well, because everyone is used to the thinking from Anthropic and Codex separately. I actually need to open a new window for this. Let me do it with Claude. Hey Claude, good morning. I need help with the thinking toggle of Codex and Claude. Here is the deal. We made our own thinking words, like don't think, think rarely, think less, think hard, ultra think, which is like just cute, easy to understand levels. And I really liked it, but then users said that they don't understand what's going on because it's not mapping to anything real that they are used to. And then Codex users are also used to something else. Also, I heard that ultra-think for Codex means that he will also spawn agents or something. Like basically it's an appendant skill, it's not even a thinking depth. Basically a bunch of mess, which I don't think we should get in the middle of. So let's just have the proper thinking toggles for every model, just as they have it in the CLI natively, and that's it. But let's display all of them, right? We shouldn't drop any of them. Display all of them and show them exactly as they are. And maybe we should add like just some indicators, you know, is it high, is it medium? But I guess it's self-explanatory from low to high. Yeah, currently ultra-think is at the bottom. The lowest setting should be at the bottom and the highest at the top. So we should invert it actually. So start with researching exactly what Codex has, exactly what Claude has, how to do it, and first come up with the plan, and then we see if we build it in this chat or if we hand it off, or if we just orchestrate it using the orchestrator skill. Now I'm going to get something to eat. Okay, so turns out we had a visual display bug here indeed. Here is the explanation. That's fixed. That's very good. Very good. I like Codex. I just don't like that I can't see thinking. I can't see more of what's going on. But we will get there maybe. Oh, now I remember something else actually, also related to the thinking. Hey Claude, good morning. Can you help me with something? Can you tell me if Claude can actually set the thinking level for a mini chat that he's spawning, or even for a background agent? Like, do you have a flag that you can flip or something that you can switch? I know you can spawn different models, right? But can you spawn a model with a different thinking depth? Because if not, we need to build that ability for the orchestrator. It's funny how he could just try to spawn a mini chat himself and see if he has that ability. But I guess it's fine. He will have all of the context. I actually like how Opus 4.6 uses the Valo Explorer, basically the Explorer agent, to save on context. Sometimes 4.8 just goes in there himself and starts looking around. Even when you're doing orchestration, you don't need a mini chat to do research unless you're reading it as well. If you want research to be done, it's not a build process, so it can be in the background like this pretty much. It's the same outcome. But when chats are actually building something, that's when it's nice to have them open, to see what exactly they are doing, what type of questions are going back and forth, what type of answers. And also you can still have the permission control if you need it through the mini chats. By the way, background chats also should have. We are working on it, but it's not promised. I didn't test it properly because it's not that important for me because I'm on full trust anyway right now. But you really need the other settings if you're working on. You only need all of that protection and all of the stuff that I built here if you're working on your personal machine or something, or not even personal, if you have like some folders or something that you want to make sure that Claude will not go there no matter what, then you can use it. It's working. But right now I don't need it anymore because it's on an isolated Not really isolated like my personal machine, but it basically became my dev machine now because I realized that I need all the RAM, all of the everything. So he just wants to do it. That's it. Okay, that's fine. 25% context. Thank you, Claude. Can you actually maybe load the orchestrator skill and orchestrate this work instead of trying to do it yourself? I think it will go better because we have the codex work separately, Claude work separately, then maybe something else that is not the thinking depth, needs more attention, that ultra think toggle or whatever it is for codex. What do you think? What do you say? I just want this session to survive with all of the context. Instead of relying on compaction and handoffs and stuff like that, where you can have this brain holding all of the context and then orchestrating the job. The work is almost done. Okay, I got you. Okay. So it was easier than I thought then. Sends Max to the API, but also enables proactive sub-agent spawning. Yeah, that's exactly what I was thinking about. Yeah, the ultra one is it's appending an extra prompt, just like we have a per model prompt. It's basically like a skill that is appended when you choose ultra. It's basically like if we had a toggle that you can switch to, and the orchestrator skill is basically appended automatically or something like this. It's a joke. That's why I'm like, just forget all of those toggles. Just work with Valo. Valo takes care about everything. Forget all of this peace games with this fucking. We already have all of that. It's already working before they even thought about it. Come on, man. Okay, for codex, should we add the levels we're currently missing? Of course, yes. All the levels should be there. A user that is coming from codex, he's used to the exact names, right? And those names have exact functionality and all. Yes, it should be the exact names. Exact names, yes. And they should do exactly what the user expects. And that's it. For codex and for Claude. Now, I've seen that in your thinking you said it's almost done, but how is it done? Did you do it for Claude and for codex already? No, just codex, right? So that's why I'm saying load the orchestrator skill, orchestrate it properly, do it properly for Claude, do it properly for codex, so everything will be displayed from top to bottom. Bottom is the lowest, top is the highest thinking depth. Wow, that was unusually quick. The text pasted in. I talked a lot. That's weird. Sometimes it's quick, sometimes it takes longer. I need to check the logs later. Okay, so yes, we need to build it. The good news, it's a clean addition. The pattern already exists. Okay, you're talking about codex though. Okay, that's good. The codex effort pattern exists. But what about Claude? What about... For mini chats, there is no thinking effort parameter. The tool has model and even codex effort. Okay, codex effort, that's cool. So we have nothing for Claude. So I see you're suggesting to finish with Claude. Finish with codex because you already know how to do it. And then you can hand off fresh, using the handoff skill to a fresh session to actually implement the same for Claude sessions so that the orchestrator will be able to play with the thinking toggles. By the way, notice how I'm not using Fable at all. You don't need to use Fable to do basic stuff. Even to build some feature or like prepare a plan or where you don't need Fable. Fable will just kill your plan and that's it, and you have nothing to do. Use 4.8, use 4.6. Man, if you have like a lot of stuff to do, load 4.8 and tell it to use 4.6s and sonnets and haikus and like codex equivalents, and it's going to be great. Especially turns out that I still have time with codex, then the orchestrator already knows to split your budget between Claude and codex. That's it. Forget about this thinking toggles. Forget about it. You don't need it. Like, what's the point? If you have a problem when you spawn 4.6 and you see that he's thinking a lot, that means that the problem is hard. That means that you need to either make it clearer, either you need to send 4.8 because it will be easier for him. But if every task you're doing, it's like you find yourself that you need Fable for everything, there is no way. There is just no way, especially because I know what most of you are working on. You don't need Fable for that. Like your code base is not more convoluted than Valo. You don't have so many connections and so many nerve maps. Let me try to find something with. Yesterday I've seen something insane actually. Some page that I need to refactor. It's like it's not. I know it's not that technically complex. It's basically a lot of research and UIs and forms and stuff like that. Like you don't need Fable for that. That's literally Sonnet's job. That's your secretary. She's doing the research. Like most of the time, you really don't need Fable. And especially playing with the thinking toggles. Like never touch this. Build this entire project and many more. And I never touched this at all. Like it's. Like, yeah, because think about it. If you spawn 4.6 and you don't touch this toggle, sometimes it doesn't think. Sometimes it's just doing stuff. So this toggle is just an illusion. It's like, what's the point? He's going to think when he needs, and he's going to not think when he doesn't need. If you're going to force it to think every time or like think hard, it's just going to redundantly think about everything. So, yeah. And if you actually are doing something and then you put it to not think at all, what's the point? You're not letting the AI think when he needs to. So what? You're just hiding all of the problems, just hiding them, just taking a broom and under the bed, under the carpet. It's better to actually see what's going on, right? See in the thinking, read it, see where the tensions are. Okay, that was 40 minutes almost of just working. I think that's enough. I'll wrap it up right here. Thanks for joining. Thanks for using Valo, and I'll catch you in the next one.